All right, everybody. We are here with one of our fillyourbooks.com Inner Circle students, Marielle, and we wanted to hop on camera today to kind of just see her story so far, see her results, and get some of her feedback on the program. So thank you for hopping on camera with us today. And why don't you just kind of introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are and what you do, and we'll go from there.
Okay, I'm Marielle. I'm 29 years old. I'm from Michigan, and it's about 30 minutes from Detroit. I am married and I have a baby. He's 9 months old. And yeah, just living the life out here doing hair. I've been doing hair for about 8 years now. We did move to Philly for a couple years. So when I came back 3 years ago, I kind of had to start from the bottom. And I worked at a salon that I made about 70% commission.
Yeah.
So it was really hard for me to kind of venture out and get my own place, but I just felt like I really wanted to. So I did, but my biggest anxiety was I had clients, but I didn't know how to market myself at all.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my husband about that, and it popped up on my Facebook, like your whole Fill Your Books thing. So I decided to like look into that, and it seemed like you guys had really good results. So I just bit the bullet and just did it.
Cool.
And honestly, it's helped me a lot.
Awesome. Cool. So you kind of were, I know you were mentioning this before too, just in a spot where you realized that kind of marketing and bringing in clientele was a part of your business that you maybe didn't focus on too much, or maybe, the landscape has changed, right? Stuff changes so quickly nowadays. So
Yeah.
you saw us, maybe you saw a video like this and you figured, hey, you guys have a system that works. I'm going to work smarter, not work harder. And so you kind of tapped into our system.
Yeah.
Cool. So I've been seeing some posts from you in the group. It looks like you've been, really diving into the paid marketing and using that to book some clients. So how has the, program been for you so far? Has it been easy to learn? Have you been booking clients from it? All that.
So personally, I feel like it's actually, you guys make it super easy. I mean, like I said, I have a 9-month-old. So at the time I started the class middle of December or January, and then I ended it probably February. So then I started doing all this marketing.
Okay.
And even with like a newborn baby, it was super simple. You guys make it very simple. The classes aren't too long. And then I started the paid marketing, and almost instantly we put up an ad, and it was crazy. I mean, in the first day I got like 7 DMs.
Okay.
Obviously I didn't book them all, but
right. Well, you got those people reaching out wanting to book on day one. That's awesome.
Yeah. And you guys just like telling us to like be more like talkative with them, like kind of get more personal. I never used to send like emojis or anything. It was kind of like cut and dry. So I just was like, I need to like chill out with that and be more like, open with them. So I would send more emojis and all that stuff, make them more comfortable with me. And I always ended it with a question, like you guys said, so that they would feel like they should respond. And it's worked really well. I mean, just this week, I have 5 color clients at no lower than $200 for this week alone from the marketing.
That's really awesome.
I would have never had without you guys.
That's awesome. And you're in business for yourself now too. So that obviously, that means a lot. And with the clients that you've been booking from the program, has it been people that you want to work with, like more of your ideal client, people that when they come in, you're like, okay, I'm glad this person is in my chair.
For sure. So the thing at my old salon was, it was kind of like, I gained a lot of clients from there, but I had a decent amount that were older, and those were like all the walk-ins. They were older, and I have no problem doing older, but I wanted more young people.
Okay.
And from the ad, like that is like straight up all I've gotten.
Awesome. Yeah, because we show you how to pinpoint like who your person is and then kind of cater to that niche. So that's been cool. So you've been following that. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. And then we have like the academy. So obviously the action steps have worked well for you. As far as like the coaching community and the coaching calls, has the support system been valuable? You feel like you're not left alone and you feel like your questions are being answered? I think that's really important for us to make sure you're supported.
Yes. So I've reached out like a couple times, and you guys are answering like almost instantaneously. It's kind of wild. I expected like a day or something, and it's like instant. And then also, since you guys do reply so quick and other people have like questions that maybe I just didn't even think, but like I get your notifications, I'll just click on it and I'll read it. And actually I've gotten a lot of like advice from just other people posting. So that's really nice to hear that.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And you were saying before, by the way, if you're watching this, guys, we had to redo this, computer crashed. You're saying before that your husband is big on numbers, really into the data side of things, which we love that. Can we talk a little bit about when you guys have looked at your business, like
Yeah.
number projections? Let's talk a little bit about that because that's awesome.
Yeah. So when I first started this or wanted to, him and my dad were both like, I just think you should do it by yourself. Like, you don't need to do anything like that. And I'm like, yeah, well, I need to. So I did. And then now it's like, I'm so like, because my husband's obsessed with numbers and making sure it's worth it. So every week, literally, I do it all the time. Like every week, I'll come home and we'll look at like the full, like how much I've made this year compared to last year.
No.
And if everything goes the exact same, which I still have openings that I can fill with. So if everything doesn't get any more busy than it is now, I will triple my income by the end of this year. And my goal was double. So it's kind of mind blowing. And I laugh at my husband all the time because like I told you so.
That's awesome. Well, that's really cool. So like, and so you're saying you could triple if you don't even get much busier.
100%.
So it sounds like you even have the chance to like maybe quadruple. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And like I don't want to work full time because of my baby, but like that's me like working like 3 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And for anyone watching too, guys, like that's our big thing. Like we don't want you to just feel like you have to work 5-6 days a week. Like the whole point is to build what makes you happy. You know, you want to be home for your family and still make good money. And I think that's like what's important. It's not just always more clients, more money. It's like, oh, I can make good money with the clients I want to work with and sustain a lifestyle that I want to sustain. I think that's where the magic is. So we're so glad to hear that you're pursuing that for yourself within the program. Yeah. So any like closing thoughts, if there's another stylist or a friend or a beauty pro looking at this and asking, you know, should I jump in to fill your book? Should I get help? You know, what would you tell them? Would you recommend it? Do you think it's a good investment for their business?
I mean, I honestly have already told like multiple people that I did that.
Thank you.
And yeah. And I tell them like, don't ever, if you have hesitations, like I'm super open. Like I'll tell you how much I made in a day or whatever. So it's like, I'm super open with it. And I know that like, there's no way I would have had the comfort or like even knowledge. I know people think doing Facebook ads is quite easy, but it's actually not.
Right.
To do it in the right way with like spacing and everything, like I had no idea.
Right. And then just like all the other marketing and the questions and all that. It's like a whole, that's the thing. It's like, yes, you might have heard of a topic, like you might hear how to do a haircut, but doing a haircut there's such a process to it, right? Like, so it's like to know versus to be able to do. So I think that distinction is important.
For sure. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. And I mean, it's definitely changed how I post things. And I have a family member that I know could like really benefit from it. So I'm trying to get her to. Yeah. So I for sure believe in this whole thing.
Well, there's the proof in the pudding, guys. If people are recommending it to their family, should work, right? So that's awesome. Well, we really appreciate that. For any other, we try to show this to as many people as possible. For any other just stylists or beauty pros out there, it's been a pretty crazy year and just some crazy times right now. Do you have any other words or pieces of advice that you'd like to, you know, leave with the industry or touch on?
Yes, because also this is actually, and I believe every stylist would agree right now, like after Christmas, everyone is like, and not really leaving the house yet. Like they're like saving all their money for spring break.
Yeah.
Nobody gets their hair done right now besides like you're for sure like regulars with grays. I have never been so busy right now.
Right.
And like, so that's crazy for me, but it is because like I've just been marketing myself like crazy.
That's really, I think, like, and that's for someone watching, like to be busy during the slow times. That's when that's when your life starts to change dramatically. And it's March right now, guys. We're doing this interview March 11th, 2021. But we just did another interview with Sarah, and same thing. January and February are slow for her, and she's like, it's been like triple what I've done and busy in my slow month. When you can get those slow times busy, that's really incredible. So we're glad to hear it's working for you. We really appreciate you coming on camera today, and we're going to be looking out for your success over the next year or so. So thank you very much, and we'll see you inside the community.
Perfect. Thank you.